Welcome back to Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerantz. Thank you so much for joining us. We are joined by Caryn Antonini. She is the developer of this series, Early Lingo. I think you probably already know I am a huge booster of bilingualism. I've told that to my viewers many times, and so are you.
Yes.
Talk to me. You are a graduate of Georgetown University in Languages and Linguistics. You speak
5 languages.
5 languages.
Yes.
How?
I grew up speaking at home. Well, I spoke English in my house, but my dad speaks several languages himself. So I used to speak with him. He actually had a tutor for me in Spanish, and we spoke Italian as well. And then we traveled with him a lot. He worked, he traveled for work. And we
what did he do?
He ran the international size of a business.
Got it. So he was traveling.
Yeah, so he was always traveling, and we would accompany him in our school breaks. And it was really during that time that I developed my fascination with different cultures and different languages. And
what you have learned as a child yourself, you lived it, but then through your studies at Georgetown, is that it's much easier for children to pick up a second language.
Absolutely.
And a third language.
Yes.
Explain the research, you know.
Yes. Well, it's the optimal time to learn a foreign language is obviously early childhood. Babies store a foreign language in the same area of the brain as their native tongue, whereas we as adults store it in a separate area of the brain, which is why it makes it much harder. I studied German at Georgetown, and it was definitely more difficult than, say, French, Italian, or Spanish that I learned as a child.
It's absolutely true. I speak some French. I'm improving it. Now I'm trying to learn Spanish. It is tough. It is really, really tough for me. And I just wish that I had tried to pick it up when I was younger. I grew up in Los Angeles. I should have picked up Spanish, but for whatever reason I did not. Okay, so talk to me about those that believe that if you speak 2 languages to a child, they'll get confused.
Okay, it is not confusing. I heard this so many times. I know. That it is not confusing for your child to learn a second, third, or fourth language. I mean, you only have to look to Europe to see that they speak, multiple languages, not just Europe and Asia, different parts of the world. I mean, in the community, in the home, at school.
What's amazing to me is I'm raising my daughters to speak Spanish. We have a caregiver who speaks Spanish, and then we have teachers come into the home. They switch like this.
Yeah.
I mean, they talk to her in Spanish, they talk to me in English, and without even a blink.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, I was speaking to someone in French, and then someone approached me to speak in Spanish. I froze. I could not get to that next language.
Because it's stored in the other area.
What about accents? Why is it beneficial to learn before? Is it puberty, essentially?
Right. Well, the window of opportunity closes really around age 12. I mean, the babies, they're commonly referred to as citizens of the world because they have the ability at birth to speak any language, any of the 6,000 languages in the world.
That's true. We're not born to speak English. I could be in Vietnam if I was born there. That's what I'd speak.
Exactly. A Chinese baby found himself in Sweden would speak Swedish perfectly.
And so, I look at my daughters, for example. I'm sure through your series you see this. My 7-year-old speaks Spanish pretty much with a Salvadoran accent because the primary person speaking to her is Salvadoran. And so tell me more about your series. I know you have some engaging characters. Was it Juju and Lulu? Jojo and Lulu.
Yeah,
tell me
maybe
about
in the different.
Tell me about them.
So Jojo and Lulu take you through, the park. This is colors and shapes of the park, numbers and counting at the farm, and it goes through. They're currently offered in French, Spanish, Italian, and Chinese.
Got it. Chinese, big language on the Pacific Rim.
It's huge. I've learned a lot of Chinese in the last few months.
And it's okay if the parents don't speak that other language?
Oh, absolutely.
And they can use this series to pick up?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I encourage parents to use it with their child to make it more interactive, but it's totally okay. The children will learn it. There's native speakers, we have the music, and it's engaging for the child.
Caryn, thank you so much for joining us and for what you're doing. I am a huge proponent of bilingualism. I think in America we really should speak at least a second language.
Absolutely.
Hello.
I agree.
Okay, so the series is called Early Lingo. My name is Brad Pomerantz. Thanks for joining us. Back to HLN.
Today, everything you need to be entertained is ready and waiting right inside your home. Thanks to Charter Digital Cable. Sign up and you get over 100 of the most popular channels, all in crystal clear quality and sound. Plus an easy-to-use program guide that makes it simple to find all your favorites. More drama, more news, more laughs for less. Suddenly, staying in is in again. Bring your home to life with Charter Digital Cable. Call today.